It's 2026, and till this point, you have probably tried using AI in your own business at least once. But a report from McKinsey showed that only 6% of the companies who were using AI were actually profiting from it. So, in today's video, I will walk you through the simplest framework for implementing AI in your own business. And after watching this video, I guarantee you will save a ton of money and a lot of effort. The first thing to do is to make a list of all of the bottlenecks your business is currently facing. These can involve actual problems like losing money because of forgetting to send invoice reminders, and inefficiencies like manual lead scoring, which involves a lot of human effort and has a high risk of error. I suggest you make a list of at least 15 to 20 problems so we can filter them out and find the ones AI can actually automate based on 2026 capabilities. The next thing to do is to validate if AI can automate the task or not. So I would want you to take every single task and pass them through this criteria. First of all, is the task digital? It means it's not a physical task. Things like sending emails, sending messages to Slack, and automating some DMs. These are all of the tasks that can be done digitally without any physical involvement. The next thing is error tolerance available? AI can hallucinate and maybe will hallucinate in specific points, but does your company or business has a task that has some error tolerance available so you can automate it? Because if you are trying to automate some medical stuff and AI hallucinates, it can also cost the life of your customer. We want the task where AI can hallucinate at some point and it wouldn't affect massively on our reputation or some other specific point. The next thing is, does the task have finite possibilities? Because if the task has infinite roles, AI would have a hard time deciding one, and AI might stick to the one that isn't the correct one, and it will cause AI to hallucinate. So the task shall have finite possibilities for to be automated with artificial intelligence. Next up, does the task has no psychological understanding involved? Because AI doesn't have EQ, and if you try to automate something that involves psychological understanding of human brain, AI would surely hallucinate. Things like writing cold email for some B2B businesses, that wouldn't be a great thing to automate with AI, because with human involvement we can trigger some specific key areas and that would be a better email. But if we try to do it with AI, it doesn't understand that completely. That wouldn't be a great thing to automate. Next up, is the context available digitally and is accessible? By context, I mean all of the data AI needs to do the task correctly. Like humans need context to do something correctly, AI also needs context to do the task correctly. So is the data of the task available digitally so AI can access it? It can be files, videos, but those are present on the internet or on your device. Because if the task needs to use some file that is available only physically, AI can't access it and it will surely give you the wrong answer. Next up, the most obvious one, the task is legal. You can't do illegal things, it will just get you in more trouble. Now the step 3 is, which AI tool is the best for solving the current problem we are facing? So I will walk you through a full roadmap which involves a lot of different questions which you have to answer, and you can just decide which AI capability is the best to automate that specific problem. The first question you need to ask yourself is, must a human approve every single step? It means the human has to sit there and constantly improve the response AI is giving. Things like research, which actively needs the human to be present there and find the best data and sources. And also things like you want AI to edit some sort of proposal which you need to give to a specific client, so you would want to sit there and edit that proposal until the AI gets the best output which you can eventually use. So for this step, I would be using GEMs and GPTs. And GEMs and GPTs are just a model pre-trained on your specific SOPs, tone and data. So whenever you ask it a question, it will go through and follow all of your existing instructions like SOP and tone, and then answer your specific question. Gyms and GPTs are like if you hire someone for a specific task. Let's say you hire Jim for packaging of your company's product. Now Jim is a little immature, so you have to keep an eye on him every single time, but you instruct him to put a packaging on your specific product. So from now on, Jim will always remember to put a packaging on your product, but you still need to keep a little bit eye on Jim of what he is doing and tell him what's wrong and what's right, so Jim can be a little more better at his job. Creating them is extremely simple. You can just go to Gemini on your browser or even on your mobile phone, and you can just click on this thing called gems, and here you can just click a new gem and give it a name, like I would just say business proposal editor. Then you just can give a specific set of instructions the gem has to follow, like I would say you are a proposal editor, and then I can say things like you have to help the business owner design a specific proposal for a specific client. And you can go on and give all of the SOPs and instructions. Then you can also add some files into the knowledge base for the reference, so I can even upload any proposal I want to give to the Gemini gem, and then you can just hit save, and then the gem will be created and you can just start chatting with it. But what if you want full automation and you don't want to use AI and keep the iteration process? Then you need to get along with this tool like N8N. So the first thing to use N8N is go on to their sign up page. It's called n8n.io, and then you can sign up from here. After the login process, you will see something like this. I know it looks a little bit scary, but believe me, it's not. It's very simple automation tool which doesn't involve any coding. So to get started, you can just click this button called create workflow, and from here you can start automating the problem your business is facing. So the first thing you need to learn in this automation tool to just get a rough idea of what this tool does is understand three things. First of all, this tool has triggers. Triggers are something like that makes you go into an active state of doing a task. Like if you have an employee and you call him to come to the office quickly, he will go into an active state and come to the office as soon as possible. That would be a trigger. Same as real life triggers, we can add some triggers inside here to start our automation at a specific time. Here are multiple different triggers, but I will start with this trigger called trigger manually, and you need to click this button and the workflow will start in the active state. The next thing is a software node. It means you get your software inside N8N and connect it inside your workflow to automate some task from it or get some data from it. And one example of a software would be calendar. It's a software by Google, of course everybody knows. So I can add it inside N8N and get all of my schedule inside N8N. The next thing I would like to tell you is a core block. These are some specific white and black logic blocks which N8N provides you, which you can use to do stuff like sorting the data out, like this sort node, which will get all of your data and organize it in a specific way. Lastly, you can also add something like Slack inside here, and it would be a software node as well, and you can just send a message to Slack on your own behalf. Now you will be wondering, how do I connect these specific software nodes with my own specific account? For this, those softwares have created a secret password that they call API. You can go onto their software and get the API key and give it to your calendar or any other specific tool, and then you can just connect it to your specific account. to getting this password of a specific application. You have a lot of videos on YouTube where you can go and search it from YouTube and just get the password and paste it inside N8N. Now if you don't want to do any of this technical work, you can sign up for my free discovery call. After the discovery call, in just 7 days, I will implement AI in your own business and automate some or many of your hideous tasks of your business. And it also comes with a 14-day money back guarantee. So if automation is not something you would want to do in your own business, you can get a full refund. Now to understand N8N a little bit better, we will go back to our whiteboard. So the next question I want to ask you is, can this task be solved with strict black and white logic? It means it doesn't involve any intelligence and it's a straightforward line of tasks which your business is currently doing and spending hours every single month. If the answer is yes, you can create a simple N8N workflow. A simple N8N automation is a workflow made out of just the software and the core blocks. And the workflow we just made inside N8N was also an example of a simple N8N workflow which didn't involve any intelligence. Again, with the gym example, let's suppose Jim is a little mature now and you don't need to instruct him every single time about how to package your product. This is how a simple workflow will work. But many times the logic isn't straightforward as black and white. So for that, we will move on to our next step. Now ask yourself the question, is the sequence of steps, like first you have to read and then classify and then draft in every single scenario, it's the same even if the content changes? If yes, you will go with an AI automation. This is a workflow made out of software and core blocks, but this time we also have artificial intelligence, which has its own block called AI block. So if we go back to our exemplar workflow, we can just add another node, which is OpenAI, which is ChatGPT's node, and it would be called OpenAI Messenger Model. Now our data will first go into ChatGPT and then we will send our message to our Slack team. With artificial intelligence involved, you get a lot of freedom. You can do things like creating specific data for a specific lead. You can create absolutely different content which belongs to absolutely different prospects, which is a really helpful use case of artificial intelligence. Let's suppose your company has rolled out another product and now Jim has to decide which packaging to use for which specific product. So he is using a little bit of intelligence here to decide what to do. But what if the task is still not following the same step of sequence? Then we go to the next step. So the question for the next step is, even if the steps aren't constant, do we know every single step involved in the process? It means we are giving some autonomy to artificial intelligence to decide which step to take in order to execute a specific task. If your task has multiple different streams of steps involved, the AI can pick the best one for solving a specific scenario. So if yes is your answer, you would be using AI agents. AI agent is like a workflow that gives the AI node the power of decision making. So the agent can decide based on the data on which step to take. Using the same gym analogy, it's like our company now has multiple different products and multiple different pricing plans. Now Jim has to decide to go with which of the product, and from that product which pricing plan to select to do the packaging. An example of this workflow would be that you receive a new email and the AI agent decides on which channel do we have to send it. Is it the support email? So if it's a support email, the email will go into the support channel, and if it's a marketing email, it will go into the marketing channel, and if it is a finance email related to our company's finance, it will go into the finance channel. But if your answer is still no, you can move to the next step, which is Google Anti-Gravity, and it's the final step of the workflow automation. Now you might be scared because it's a coding environment, but there's nothing to worry about because we are not going to write the code or do anything else. AI will do it for us. The thing you need to keep focus on is this specific chatbot. From here you can ask the AI to create a specific automation of your task, and the AI will write the code for that and automate that specific task. If you are more interested in these type of workflows, you can go and watch this video where I explained how to use this for your own advantage as a business owner. Now here we have a condition because there are no further steps. The condition is the path can be unknown and the tools might not even exist yet because the AI can actually code to create new tools to solve a specific problem, but the task shall be legally possible. So it means the task shall use context that is available by some companies and is actually legal, so the data is available for the AI to use. And if yes, you can use agentic workflows. Agentic workflows is a workflow that gives AI full autonomy over what and how to create. Again, let's go with the gym analogy. It's like Jim has full autonomy and he hires underlings. Those will do the actual task, and Jim is like now a manager and he will just tell a specific person to pack this and the other person to pack this, and Jim is like now the king of packaging in your own company. Of course, the last step in the workflow is you actually automating the task. You can go to these no-code tools and anti-gravity and automate your problem. And if you follow this workflow step by step as I provided in this video, I guarantee you will automate at least 2 or 3 tasks, which will save you a ton of time and resources on manpower. I also have a newsletter where I share all of this information regarding to AI and how business owners can profit from it. It's completely free. You can go into the description box and sign up for it. That's it for the video. If you have any specific question, you can absolutely push it in the comment box and I will try my best to answer them. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to my channel for more informative content. Peace.